Yeah, and I didn't expect it. So when I saw the first season, I was so surprised when I heard Spanish. I was like, what?
Nobody understands some of the things you have to do when you wear a badge.
The body was found at 8:32 a.m. No witnesses, no suspects.
Long, hard days.
I think Harris shot both guys and then switched up the guns.
This guy's a Class A psychopath.
There's evil ways.
What's ironic, I'm talking to the detective and the chief. One of my questions was going to be, what is it like playing the do-gooders? But I just watched, I think, episode 2, and Chief Park is getting a little weird on me. So I don't know. I don't know if you're a do-gooder anymore.
I don't know.
Can you speak to that, Rob? I don't know. Either you're doing a CSI kind of thing with your wife, or it's really creepy. I don't know. I haven't watched further in yet.
Everyone's subjective in what's considered a little bit weird,
That's true. That's what I'm saying. I don't know yet where we're at yet. But so far I can say, Luna, your character, Detective Burgos, she's by the book kind of gal, right? So far.
So far. I mean, yeah. Well, the thing is with the show, you just don't know, right?
Yeah, you got some,
right? But
people take justice into their own hands sometimes.
That's right. And people sometimes have to do injustice.
Justice is broken.
That's right.
Justice is broken, hence the title. The setting is Rust Belt. I never think of Latinos or Asians, anybody of people of color. And here we have, people speaking Spanish and representation. So I was kind of like taken aback because we're not used to seeing that. And I mean, we know there are people there, but you never see it in the media, right?
Yeah, and I didn't expect it. So when I saw the first season, I was so surprised when I heard Spanish. I was like, what? I was really excited by that. And it's interesting because lately, at this point in my career, I'm more and more excited about representation because it does matter, for us to see ourselves. And I think this season, working with Rob and the two of us, sort of being on opposite sides, or maybe the same side of justice, but not really knowing. But it's just wonderful characters, and that's very cool. That's very cool.
Yeah, I love that, just by the sheer fact that I'm Asian and then I get cast in some, a story, and I get to be a part of, showing representation that you don't otherwise see, like that I didn't see growing up, and I get to be a part of that, and I really enjoy that.
So how exciting is it to represent?
I mean, it's an honor to be on a show, but also in the beginning of the season, we also have a few. Me and Isaac exchanged some words, and like we're speaking in Spanish, and that even just to like my parents only speak Spanish, so like they get to watch little snippets on the episodes of like, okay, like she's out here, we can understand, and I think it's a proud moment. They also that just watching the series and seeing the dynamics, because it is real life, the horror that we exist in so many places and we have to adapt, and it's nice to explore that.
I mean, plus you have a bigger storyline in this one because you're back. Yeah. So how was it when you heard the news that you were going to have a bigger role and a storyline? Did that excite you, especially because you're doing some investigative work?
Yes. See, when I initially got the call, I didn't know what the scripts look like. It's only as we're going through the process that we're slowly getting each episode. So it's exciting and like nerve-wracking because you don't know what's coming. You don't know what the writers have written, but it was a pleasant surprise. And I like that. I like that she was so invested. I like that she was so passionate about the work she was doing. It made her feel grounded in maybe places where she wasn't before.
Yeah, and I didn't watch the first season, but they made it available for the press, and so I watched some of it. And like the chief, well, you're not chief in the first season. You're under Dallas, who is the chief. We kind of get to see who he is, but now we're really expanding on it, right? Your character? Were you happy to see that on the script?
Yeah, I thought that was great. I'm really happy that you get to look into the private life of Steve Park in this second season and get a sense for why he's the way he is, and it is a little surprising, I think. You know,
Yeah,
the,
especially when your wife hands you a replica of a dead body, you're like, okay, that's getting weird.
Wait till you see Lupe where it goes.
Oh, I can't wait.
It's a really cool, I mean, the stuff that happens, it is a faster pace. There's more stuff that happens, but it's sort of surprise after surprise. Honestly, even reviewing what happened was like, oh, that did, and that happened. Oh, and then that also happened. So I think people are in for a really cool ride.